Hi guys, welcome to Garden on a Hill where we talk about easy home gardening. My name is Ben and in this channel I talk about things that made my life easy in the garden. You are here at my front yard and this is my front yard vegetable garden. I do garden here in the summer and I want to give a tour on this front yard garden that looks like an ornamental garden at first before I transform it again this summer as a vegetable garden. I know you guys are interested on how I do this, and you know, this is a way for you to garden, an ornamental garden and a vegetable garden in a good neighborhood in an urban suburban area without your neighbors complaining about it. So you have to make it look nice. So come on and let's take a look at my front yard garden. If you're interested in my videos and you like gardening on the side, please hit that subscribe button so anytime I upload something new, you get notified. So this lawn to the right of my driveway becomes a vegetable garden in the summer. I disguise the front border with ornamentals such as sweet spire, daylilies, ajugas, and also a lot of ornamentals bordering my neighbor. To the left are my beautiful flowering azaleas, bushes, and my permanent flower beds. At the very front, the creeping phlox is blooming beautifully in blue. I really need to get back into rejuvenating the front yard ornamentals. As you can see, I have a pile of plastic here from the deteriorating plastic mulch. Haven't paid attention to this in a year and a half, and it still looks good, but it needs some work. Further down you can see some whiskey barrels and some raised beds, permanent raised beds here to the side as well. This is how I start my spring gardening, and then a raised planter right there. These has few vegetables right now. Some are ready to harvest. I'm actually about to harvest some of the radishes. Now towards the back, that's where my permanent garden is, at the very back, which is my main garden. This is not temporary by all means, but when I say permanent is because my backyard is the big garden. So this is just a supplementary garden because I do get more sun here as compared to my backyard. If you can see, these are my radishes and I'm gonna probably harvest them tonight. These are French breakfast radishes. They are ready, and this is the red tip Photonia. This could be an update to one of my videos. That's how it's looking like. It's looking as a great screening plant for this entire area between me and my neighbor. Now you're probably wondering why all this grass is here. This is a temporary rye lawn. I start in October and it dies in May, and I convert this entire area to front yard plantings for okra and many other leafy vegetables. Just continuing here to the side, you'll see more ornamental borders like pampas grass. My canna lilies are about to go up there and cover that utility pole, but here I have these chocolate chips that have bloomed already. I think they're past their blooming. Still beautiful. It's a row of them right here. They are very abundant and they like this area. But behind them, I typically plant sweet potatoes, cover plants. So it's more low here. It looks like a ground cover. So strategizing on how it's gonna look. And also keep in mind there's still shade here. I have a lot of trees in my property, so I try to be specific on what shady plants I can plant in this area. So right here is where I get full sun. I think I planted cantaloupes and okras and some watermelon last year, which did good. And I was hoping I can put some here in my permanent ornamentals, but didn't want to attempt that because that's way too much maintenance. When vines grow, they'll grow everywhere. So let me just walk you to a bed that I have started first. This is my raised bed here with my whiskey barrel planters that I have potatoes planted. This was actually in a previous video. Look, the whole potato buds that I planted are leading the pack and they're growing very well. And the bok choys, these are the direct sown bok choys, looking very good, way ahead of the transplanted ones here to the left. But if you zoom into them, you can already see some insect damage, but I'm not so worried about them. That's the baby bok choy. This is the Shanghai bok choy, and that is the tall bok choy. All of them are doing quite good. I interplanted them with potatoes, so this is going to be ready for harvest next week. And as soon as I harvest them, the potatoes will come up and I will interplant that one with beans. Now, this is a bed where I planted radishes and peas. I don't know what this is. Oh, I think this is a tomato. It's an heirloom tomato that I also inserted there. And this is a trellis that I use as a hardening stand for my seed racks. It's a greenhouse from Tractor Supply that I use as a hardening rack. And also, I plant at the bottom beans, so in the summer this becomes a trellis. But you can see all these seedlings. It's seedling starting season. And I have a ton: vegetables, bitter melon, eggplants, flowers, a lot. And I have the same bed right here. So that's also peas, radishes, and then some seedlings. I'm starting these hanging pots as a starting rack for my sweet potato vines. The sweet potato vines are actually edible in Asian culture, and I plant this here in my front vegetable garden as a ground cover. These are my champion radishes. You can see some diatomaceous earth there. Peel bugs are reckoning this year. It's been rainy and they like to be eating radishes when they are moist. So it's been a constant battle for that. And I just want to show you where I go to my permanent garden there at the back. And this is the behind the scenes mess of everything. You can see I use this. This is actually a dog sitting pad that I use as a strainer for washing vegetables. This is the main potting area that I use. It's just a table mate, foldable table that I do outside, and I start my seedlings and transplant my seedlings in. And these are the seedlings that I've also started. These are beans, squashes, cucumbers, loofah, many other things. And let me try to pull up one. As you can see, I've been doing very well on seedlings this year. These are ready to be planted. Now this is my Mediterranean rock garden, which are sedums and ground covers and lavenders. There's also a clematis or moonflower here that's slowly creeping up, and it's beautiful. You can see the contrast of colors here are amazing with the different colored bushes and different colored sedums. I wish I could have taken it with the full bloom of the azalea there at the back. That's already deteriorating. But that's how it's looking like in this area. Another pile of mess. I bring out all my soil and soil amendments and the things that I use here in season out of the storage for easy access, so I can access both my front yard vegetable garden and my main garden here at the back. So hopefully you enjoyed that tour and you learned something new. See you in the next episode.